Hello everyone, this is Aaron with Calista Pro EMR. This video is on how to create appointments, add time blocks, and view your booking history. So now that you've completed the initial setup in the backend, you're ready to move forward and start actually creating appointments. So start by going to today's appointment up here, which is the appointment calendar for the current day. You can change the view between daily, weekly, and monthly view. You can also move to the next day by clicking the left and right arrow buttons. And then if you want to skip forward, you can just click the calendar icon and then select the day and click OK. You can change the month and you can even change the year with these options. Now moving on, at the top left, you can set that the time range for the view on the calendar. So right now it says 9 to 6 o'clock, and that's what it says, 9 all the way down to 6 o'clock. And so all you would do is to change it is just select the start and end time from the drop down and then click confirm. And then over here we have you see all provider and resource. If you click provider, you're gonna see all the providers and their schedules and their appointments appear. And then if you click resource, you'll see all the different resources. As for what a resource is, it's just something you need to book. So for example, if you book by rooms instead of a specific provider, or for a piece of equipment, just things that need to be scheduled for access. To add a resource, just go to backend and then resources, and you'll need to add a resource category before actually adding a resource. So please do that, and it's the same process as adding it for services and your products. And please note that unlike providers, resources don't get their own schedule availability. And then the all tab just shows both providers and resources, and in most cases you'll just use the provider tab, so you can just leave it alone if you're not going to use the resources anyways. And now back to actually booking an appointment. So just select approximately where you want to book on the time slots here. So for like 1 o'clock, I probably click around here. And if you scroll down, you'll see it right here. It's the correct date and the time. So to book the appointment, you want to first select the patient from the drop down. So let's type in a name, say Joseph Chen. And you can also add a patient through here as well. As for the resource type, you can have it as provider or the resource. We're going to leave it as provider, and then select from the resulting drop down. And the next thing you're going to do is select a service. So these are all the ones that are preloaded in the back end. Let's go with Botox. And then the duration in minutes is 15 because that's what you had loaded it as when you added the service. And you're able to change on the fly. So if I want to make it 45 minutes, I can do that too. We're going to ignore this part for now. We'll go over this in a later section, but this has something to do with packages. You can add additional services, and then you can remove them by clicking this button right here. And here we have this option to add additional notes, as well as this box to check off for Zoom meetings. So let's do that, and I'll show you where to go to get the Zoom meeting link afterwards, and probably in a separate video. But basically, the Zoom meeting link will get automatically sent to the patient once the appointment has been booked. And then you'll be able to launch it from the patient services side. And again, I'll show that in a separate video. But for now, let's just mark this as checked off, look at the appointment date and time again, and then click create. And that looks good. And now I'm going to show you how it looks like if you try to create an appointment that's not in the green highlight area. So for example, Alan Smith, let's do the same thing. Botox, and click create. And this button, this window is going to pop up basically saying that the provider doesn't have any schedule at this time. So it's going to say that you probably need to confirm with them, or you have to reschedule the appointment. If you've already spoken to the provider, then you can just click yes save anyways, and it'll bypass it and you'll be able to book the appointment. Let's just leave that. And then once an appointment is booked, this bubble is going to appear, and when you hover over it, you'll see all the appointment details. You can update any details such as the date, time, and status by just clicking it and then clicking the update button right here. And you're able to edit just like you had it as before, and you're able to change the status through this drop down. And then another option here is when you click it, you have the option to delete it. You can go straight to the dashboard, and we'll cover this in a separate video. And then you can even click the check-in button, right, for when they come in. And then that'll change the color of the entire service, and then you can check them out as well. Perfect. And another thing that happens is that the patient will automatically receive a confirmation email and SMS message regarding their now booked appointment, including the date, time, address, and the pre-instructions for the service. Patients will also receive an automatic reminder message prior to their appointment, and you can set when that will go out by going to backend and then reminder time. Here you can set multiple reminders. So here we have one for 12 hours. You can ignore this one. And then you're able to also set the header and footer text for those reminder messages, so that it can add on to it. And you can again select add multiple, I think up to 2, and then you can remove as well with that button, and then you can click set frequency to save everything. And then let's go back to today's appointment. Another feature is that we have the ability to add time blocks. So let's click on an empty space right here, and then click add block time. So from here, you do basically the same thing where you select the specific resource to block off. So let's say Aaron Johnson's, he's busy from 2:45 and he's gonna be gone for 30 minutes, right? And then you can write the reason, maybe he's out for lunch or a meeting, anything like that. And then you click save. And then now we have this appear for the block time. And then when a block time is active, basically other appointments will no longer be able to be made during those times that would overlap, whether it be manually from a user at your office trying to schedule, or if a patient is trying to do online booking. And finally, the last feature to go over in this video is the booking history. So if I click booking history here, it's going to show all of the appointments, and here you can view the appointment details, right, from the patient name to the provider, who's it booked by, the service, the date, appointment time, and then when it was booked. And here you're able to change the statuses of each appointment as well. You can also filter and look for any appointments, whether it be for a specific patient, by selecting them in the top drop down, or you can filter by specific providers, specific statuses, or dates as well. And finally, you're also able to export all the appointments that you filtered here as a CSV file by clicking the export button up here. And that's all for this video. Thank you all for watching.